The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
Thursday, looking live at Tostitos Championship Plaza outside Ford Center at the Star in Frisco, where there's a dancing armadillo on the sideboard right there. How about that? It's 88 degrees, the high is 91, the low is 70.
I don't think I've ever looked out there and nobody was out there. Like, there's nobody out there. But this is Shannon. He is Nate. This is Kurt. Two Pump Daniels in the back. It's Chris Beam keeping us live and local. I am Salt and Pepper Poppy. Together, we make Hanging with the Boys, the sports talk equivalent of Braille people. Feel us when we speak.
Brought to you each and every show by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Couple of weeks, we'll have our winner in here. Yeah. How bad are we going to feel like when they just take the tickets and they bail on us on that Monday?
They won't. They won't.
Should we have a backup? Should we line somebody up just in case? Just warm the seat up. I don't know, Nick. Somebody bring somebody.
Nick always ready to jump in.
Oh man! All right, got some news yesterday, huh? Was it yesterday?
Yeah,
Good
last
news,
night.
not good news.
Last night. What was the news, Kurt? What was the not so good news? First off, how are y'all doing? It's Thursday. How's it going?
Good.
Oh, great, man.
We good?
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you?
Good. All
right.
Yep. What was the not so good news?
Deron Bland hurt.
Who?
Deron Bland. Did I say that right?
I thought you said Drum Bland.
Yeah, you struggle.
Okay,
Yeah,
shorten it up.
Yeah, you struggle a little bit with that.
You know what? Y'all need to stay out of my school. Y'all need to stay out of my school because that pronunciation is getting worse over there,
Hang it
man.
out too long when they. Oh man.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Deron. Yeah, he's hurt his foot, his other foot. He missed a bunch of time last year.
Yeah.
Now he's got the other one. I don't know if it's just bad luck or if there's some foot issues there with him, but
Jesse, you even
Seems like
mess
a
with
big
that
blow.
man's feet.
Now, I like feet.
But not those.
Not those. I like mine a little more cute and petite. You know, somewhere around the 4, 5, 6 sizes. He about 10, 11.
Do men get
I know he got corns and bunions.
Do men get bunions? and
I got
corns?
bunions.
sure.
You
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
bunions?
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially when you walk around trying to fit in some shoes that ain't right, bro. They'll get you quick at early age, too.
Speaking of, y'all hadn't seen Nate's shoe game lately. So why?
What's he
why
got
have
going on today?
I didn't see.
No,
him
I ain't
today.
got. No, I had to do a little thing so I could. But you know, I got a bunch of shoes, man.
Where'd you get them from? All these.
My brother
Okay.
is head of security for the Orlando Magic. You know, all of them is Bigfoot brothers.
Yeah.
And dudes over there, you know. So I tell them 16, hit me up.
You were 16.
Yeah, I wear 15, but in Nike it's 16. Nike is narrow, so I have to go with the Nike. And then the other, so what I saw is just 16 all the time, so I won't be bunioning up like we was talking.
Did you have any idea how much those shoes were worth that you had on yesterday until I
No.
told you?
No, I can tell you he had no clue.
He had a pair. He had a pair of Nike Lobsters, which you can't get them. They're one of those drop shoes. They've probably been out for 4 or 5 years. They're worth in a 16. They're probably 800 to 1,000, but normal size is 600 to 1,200. So those are probably $1,000 shoes, and you had no clue.
It was orange.
They felt good.
All
Yeah.
he knew that they were orange. His
Fam,
shirt was
matched
orange,
his shirt.
and matched his shirt.
Yeah.
No clue.
FAMU, baby.
I love it.
Jones High.
Hey, you keep wearing them. That's
Just strolling around
a
here
good
in
look.
$1,000
Yeah.
pair of sneakers had
Everybody
no
else
clue.
got them in boxes and in climate control storage with the stuffers in there, make
They
sure
down
they
the
don't crease.
cafeteria
They
like-
just rolling down.
I'm a little too old for that now, bro. If you had caught me 20 years ago, I'd have been like, check me out, but man, please.
Yeah.
Well, I like
want
it.
comfort.
I respect it. So,
Yeah.
how big of a deal is this to Deron Bland? Now you're down 2 corners with not a lot of depth.
That's a question. Do you
What do you do?
bring Diggs back a little earlier, maybe, or ramp him up?
We got a
faster?
new name, Ready. I mean,
You know, this is a position that you are already there's already alarms sounding in that position, right? And the thing that Diggs was the versatility that Diggs gave you was when you wanted to go into 11 personnel or your dime or your nickel package, that Deron Bland would just kick inside and play your slot corner. You bring in Kyrie Elam, and he would play your outside. You were using Trayvon Diggs in a limited role. I think he played 27 snaps or something like that last week, somewhere around that number. But now you look at that, and you're saying we're out completely a corner, right? So you start thinking about, all right, where do we go now? You might have to look at Deron Bland and go, I know that we wanted to kind of walk you back into this thing slowly, but you may have to go the whole way.
Diggs.
I'm sorry, excuse me, Diggs. Diggs, you may have to go the whole way now. You might not be able to just play certain downs and distances. Now, Kyrie Elam, you're over there. So who now do you bring in? Do you call up Zion Childress, who had a really good preseason? Do you go with Reddy Stewart? Do you go with Traquez? What's Traquez's last name?
T-Queez.
Yeah, T-Queezy.
Weezy.
Bridges.
Traquez Bridges. This is and a lot of these guys don't have like a ton of game experiences. And so what was tilted in your favor, because I believe that the Giants offensive line is absolute trash. I'm talking about the Gooch variety. The Gooch juice variety.
I was going to say, if you're going to be down a corner, this is the game to be down a corner, because you should be able to have so much pressure on it ain't going to matter who's
But then
over,
I looked
right?
at it, I go, boy, a name that we won't speak of, you would love to have that type of pressure player around.
Thank you for not letting us hang
Right?
up on you.
And so that's the one place, and you go, okay, Robertson and then Neighbors, those are two dudes who could get active. Mm-hmm. They can get active. And so, I don't know if they try to block it up differently or whatever it is, not having Deron Bland opens up a door that you didn't want to have open because of the lack of depth.
Is Russell Wilson mobile enough these days where you can create opportunities by getting him out of the pocket and kind of rolling him out and trying to keep some of that pressure off of him?
He's still mobile, yes.
Okay.
Yes, but I'm not saying he's not Jaden Daniels.
Right.
Right, like he's not.
Well, he's never been Jalen
Right.
Daniels, but
This is what bothers me. It's only this second week.
Yes.
How can you judge the quarterback when he had no time? Mm-hmm. I mean, everybody wants to tell me how he don't have this, he don't have that, and he don't have it. Then when I turned the film, I saw him throw back across the field right on time, but he was standing clean. I mean, but then the next 3 or 4 plays, he didn't have time to think.
Right.
So that inflamed Neighbors, and even in the first quarter, why I ain't getting the ball? Have you looked at your offensive line? Why don't you go look at the film? This is one thing I will say about if the media and as a whole ain't got nothing right, they got the offensive line right. It's not very good. I'm not going to talk about my fellow comrades and call them trash like everybody. But boy, they need some help. And I don't think Andrews coming back, Thomas, I don't think that's going. He know how the effect that the dude for the left tackle for the 49ers had. That 71 there. When he comes back, it changed the whole dynamics of the offensive line. When we got Eric Williams, it changed the whole dynamics. I don't think he either one of those guys. So that's a work in progress, because their offensive line is not only hindering the progress of the quarterback that's in there, they're scared to put that other kid in there now. Even though he can run all over the place, they scared to put that guy in there. But coach, no, like, hold on, if this dude can't make a read, who's a veteran, a Super Bowl winning quarterback, if he can't even get to his second read,
Yeah.
now, yes, he's not as mobile. He can't get around, but you have to have a chance to at least drop back or at least get your head up and not look at the defensive line.
Yeah, when you watch that Giants film
Yes, man.
offensively, like there are times, and I was watching some more run stuff this morning, and there were times where I'm talking 6, 7, 8 consecutive plays. First is the center getting dog walked. Then it's the left guard. And it's the right guard. Like at every play, there's another offensive lineman that gets whooped.
There's not one guy you got to target.
And then
It's like, and that's the thing is like you don't even know where to pinpoint your focus at. Like how,
Who's the worst?
the center he gets. I mean, and
what do you mean by dog walked? Is when a dude just put his hands in your chest and just take you and walk you right on.
Do we have a guy on the defensive line that can do that?
you got Kenny.
You got Kenny.
Okay.
You got Kenny.
Osa can hit a gap. Now, when you asking Osa to hit a gap and go, he's very, very good at that. His problem is finishing. That's his problem is finishing the play. But he can get off the rock.
Now, granted, they had. I'm not taking nothing away from like Washington had some good guys up front, right? They have Javon Kinlaw, who we remember from,
And then they got Payne.
And they got Deron Payne. So they got some players up front, but it was happening quick.
You know what I hate is when a defensive lineman I saw one defensive lineman didn't even try to disengage with the guard. He just took him it's like this play here, I'm just gonna take him and slang him. I don't care what play they run.
Right.
He just took him and I'd have got up off that ground, man. I'm serious. It'd have been 15, bro. That's disrespectful, man. I remember Reggie hip tossed me one time, big Reggie White. First of all, I wasn't supposed to be playing on rack tackle. No way. But I was forced out there by Coach Johnson. Either that or be executed.
Yeah.
Let me cut. You know what I'm saying?
Do what you got to do.
Yeah. So I'm out there trying to fight with this Hall of Famer. And he got me around about the second quarter. He hip tossed me and I almost blew Troy ankle out. I jumped up, man, and went to run at Reg. I said, oh, man, if he hip tossed me, he get me more than that. So I'm like, Reggie, don't you ever do that again. So I said the best way I can get him is cuss him because he was a preacher. So I started cussing. But, man, I hate that, man. When a defensive player say, I'm taking this play off, I'm just going to dog you.
Yeah.
That, remember last year when Hoffman told her, hey, Dexter ain't all that. Dexter got wind of that. He said, we'll find out. After the game, yeah, Dexter was all that, man. He's that and more.
So should the Cowboys, as bad as the Giants' offensive line is, should they have multiple sacks and hold them under 100 yards rushing? Or is the game going to be won and lost whether they can dominate this offensive line?
I think that the Giants will realize early in this game that they won't be able to run the football, and it's not because the Cowboys have a dominant offensive line. Giants are bad up front. It's to be this early in the football season and your offensive line be that bad. It's bad. It's bad.
We have.
No, go ahead. You got it.
We have been just think of us and how I've been crying for the last 10 years. We need to stop the run, and we haven't stopped it consistently yet. So I'm still crying and saying, man, we need it.
They've been saying that on the offensive
They've been
line.
like, man, we've been for the last 8 years. We have, and they've been using, as Jason Carroll said, they've been using first round assets to go at these guys and have not put it together yet.
And that's the thing about the NFL, right? The frustrating thing is they got the guy in the middle, right? They got the guy in the middle that we want.
Yeah.
They would kill to have our offensive line. It's just hitting on those drafts year after year, and then that's when you wind up like the Eagles, right? You got it right 3 or 4 years in a row. You made some major trades. Like that's the frustrating thing. Every team's got a piece, at least a piece, right?
Wow.
It's getting like stacking them and putting them together, and then going, okay, this is our window. Let's go all in with these guys and go get some free agents, and then that's how you win.
The question I've always posed to everybody, and I've always believed it, if you give me one A player on offense and about 4 B players, I can make the C pluses work. That's how I've always felt. On defense, you give me one A player and about 6 B players, and you can make the rest. That's just how I felt.
That was the Patriots way.
Yeah.
You got to have an A+ player though to play like that, right? You got to have almost an elite guy,
No. If what I'm saying is this thing comes down to, and I hate to sound like Coach Bill said, are you willing to sacrifice to do your job? I'm telling you, it was Tom Brady, a defensive line and everybody else. How did you see the Brady era?
No, it was like that. Like I said, you take your Vrabels and your Brewskis. Those weren't Hall of Fame guys.
No,
those were guys who did exactly what. Then they had Vince Wilfork in the middle, who was a really good stalwart in the middle. But they had just guys. I will say they always kept at least one good corner.
Yeah, either good three technique.
So like, they always had like a really good, whether it was Ty Law,
right.
Or whoever you want to put out there. They always had a good corner. Linebackers were just, my type of linebackers. Give me the white linebacker with the crooked nose. Sign me up. Sign your boy up for them jokers right there. I'll put them on my team.
Right.
And then, offensively, they had the year when they had Randy Moss was here, but they didn't win the Super Bowl that year.
No.
Broke all the records. But other than that, they just had guys out there. They had, Jabbar Gaffney. They had, Dion, not that Dion, but I'm drawing a last name on his.
I know you
Branch.
Dion Branch, and those guys, and just.
I'm gonna tell you how good they were. I'm gonna tell you how good New England was. Name me any offensive lineman.
That wasn't a tight end.
Yeah. Just name me any offensive lineman that won a tight end. And I tell people, I followed the 4 or 5 guys that left New England and went on to play offensive line other place, and then people like. He was an all-pro with Tom, not with you, dog. You're not that guy. And I'm being honest. So, and I want to always ask you that question because if my best player is my quarterback, I'm talking about mentally, quarterback to me is not a position. It's not an athletic position to me. It's a mindset. Can you make this here get to this here? And so.
So where do the Cowboys in your philosophy of 1A player, 4 Bs, 1A player, 6 Bs?
CD is the 1A player for me. Dak to me is an A player because of his knowledge of the game and how he's worked to get his accuracy. So I'm gonna give him an A. He's an excellent leader. I'm gonna give him an A. In any other offense, he would be a B+ player. That's just me. CD is that A+ guy, which Jesse been talking about. He is that guy. B+ for number 3. That's what I believe. B for your tight end. That's because now this first game he's shown the ability to block. You go back and look at the tape. He blocked. He had some whams and some nice set the edge. That makes him a B player. Your left guard. He's a B+.
So offensively, you're
getting close. Jesse been talking about it. You're getting close.
Defense is where you're lacking now.
What about defense?
Now defense. We need Tom Brady.
Time for a break. All right, let's take our first break. When we come back, more football.
But Jesse, I want to hear about that, bro.
When we come back.
When you disagree and agree with the players. Yeah, can we do that?
Yeah, when we come back.
Can we do that? 3 pumps?
No.
He's been trying to talk the whole first segment. You keep cutting him off.
For real?
You're talkative today. I like it.
No,
I like it. No, it's good.
I'm sorry. I got to be.
No,
keep
we
it
like
rolling.
Nate. We like talkative Nate.
Yeah.
Jesse gets to tweet and do all that stuff while you talk, so we're good. We'll be right back. Hanging with
He's
the boys.
friendly using.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
Hey, Cowboy fans. Keith Davis here, former Cowboys safety.
Keith Davis into the end zone.
You know what separates champions from the rest? Making the right move at the right moment. With blockchain.com, that's never been easier. The Cowboys became America's team by striking bold when it mattered most. Now it's your turn. Invest like your icons with blockchain.com. Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys today to get started and learn more. That's blockchain.com/Cowboys.
Cowboys fans, SeatGeek is the only primary ticketing partner of America's team and here to help you experience all the action this season. SeatGeek makes it easy to find the perfect seats to the perfect game, so you can be part of all the touchdown celebrations and momentum-shifting takeaways this season. Whether you're getting tickets to Cowboys games or to any other live event in DFW, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. SeatGeek.
How about them Cowboys? Or how about them Tyson Cowboys Nuggets? As we cheer for the stars on the field, we love that we've also got some stars on our plate, thanks to Tyson brand star-shaped Cowboys Nuggets. That, along with all our other favorite Tyson Foods products, sure make game day special. Score some delicious Tyson Cowboys Nuggets and become a game day star, just like our Cowboys. As you enjoy your stars on and off the plate, remember, tailgates and game day have always been Tyson.
Back to Hangin' with the Boys.
Welcome back to the second segment of Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every show by blockchain.com. Thank you, blockchain.com. We were just talking about the Patriots, oddly enough, if you're just tuning in, and Nate was talking about building a team, give him one A-plus player, and then what,
about 4 or 5.
4 or 5
B plus on offense, yeah.
And you're good.
I'm good. Yeah, I can make it happen.
And he was just asking Jesse his opinion on the Patriots back when Brady was there, all the Super Bowl teams, if he agrees with kind of that and if that's how the Patriots were built.
How you would look at A player, B player, you know.
You know, I agree with you. The part of the problem is with the Cowboys is that they've had some teams that one side of the ball has had that, where they have kind of run into an issue is the exact same thing that you're talking about, is that they go face an opponent with both sides of the ball that have that.
Yes.
And so when they don't have it, it shows. And you know, in those playoff games and those teams that, you know, as Nate always labels it, that are equal to or greater than you, when they have what he's talking about, it makes it very it puts an extra strain on your 1A players, your B-plus players, your B players. Now, everybody has to, when you face it and they're complete in what they do or close to complete in what they do, the pressure now is to be the A-plus player. You got to be A-plus every time.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, the B players, you got to be B-plus. Hey, the C-minus players, I need you to be B-minus players. And you need that to happen all at one time. That's why football is the ultimate team game. It is the ultimate team game, because when you think you don't need it is when you absolutely need it. Or when you can have 10 guys doing the right thing and one guy not doing the right thing, and it spoils the entire bunch of what you're trying to do. And the Cowboys, they've had moments, again, they have moments when they've been close. I mean, they had, you know, offensive lines and running games and quarterbacks and all that kind of stuff. And then you look on the other side, and then the defense is just putrid. And so now you go up against a team that has what you can match you offensively, but then you can't match them defensively. But they have superior defense. Yeah. And so now that's where they've kind of fall, you know, victim to it. And over the last couple of years, I think the teams here, over the last couple of years, they won't publicly say it, but I believe it, they're in a soft rebuild. This is a soft rebuild.
Man, and I've been believing this for 2 years. And the thing, and I'm going to give you a perfect example, because this coach going to have to answer for this if this thing happened again. The Ravens can't have another double-digit collapse like that.
Right.
You just, that was too big. That was a 15-point lead. Don't get me wrong, Josh went to slinging that thing.
Yeah.
But, man, that should never happen. You have too many good players on your defense. Not great players, but you have too many good players on your defense for that to happen. And that has happened to a couple of teams that you guys were on earlier, where you had the great regular season records, then get into the playoffs and you'd be like, huh? That, to me, comes down to coaching. Because you haven't, like LeBron said, yeah, we lost this game during the regular season, but it put us in a situation that we can work through. And a lot of times you got to be able to call on, hey, we played this game, we was in this position, this is how we're going to handle this. Because the experience not always going, you got to sometimes help a player experience something. What do you feel like? A lot of times Coach Jones, how do y'all feel after this game? He will look at us, and this will be after the game, man, I feel terrible. And everybody like, man, we feel, hold on to that feeling. Because when they come around again, I'm going to remind you. Or when we practicing, I'm going to let you know. So sometimes you got to help a guy feel on, how did you feel? Now, lock in. Like if CD, a couple of games from now, have a drop, he going to automatically refocus himself. The great players do. The not so great sometimes have to be reminded. So it's just about what you feel and who you are. And then if I'm the Giants offensive line, I was a part of bad offensive lines before, and it's nowhere in the world. Once I got dominated, I was like, this ain't happening to me again. So, I ain't care what happened to the rest of the guys. I knew what was going to happen to me.
Right.
So, so when Jimmy came in and he started dumping linemen, and the media wanted him to dump big old fat Nate, he said, no, this elephant can dance, so I'm not getting rid of him. So, they call you all type of names back there, elephant, hog, whatever, too fat to do this. And I saw him over at Hooters eating 18 wings. Sorry, Wingstop. It was Hooters back then.
So, all right, so I have a question for you, because I think at the skill positions, it's a game of inches, right? Micro inches, right?
Right.
How you can be half a step faster. When you're an offensive lineman, maybe even a defensive lineman, I can still see a little bit of a physical advantage. But when you're a man of size and you're on the offensive line, like you said, in your mind you said this isn't happening to me anymore. Is it just a matter of when you're that big, technique and a mindset, or is there actually some people are more physically gifted and
it's about understanding who you're going to play. A defensive coordinator and an offensive coordinator, coach, and even position coaches, they going to tell you this is what this team is trying to do. At this position, at the cornerback's position, this is how they're trying to play you. Now, granted, each player, depending on your ability, going to get played a little bit different. But I always play like John Randall. I saw him the other day at the Hall of Fame deal with Charles Haley. I'm looking at him, and one dude said, man, what you looking at? I was like, man, that dude, that ain't weigh but 270 pounds. But he was hell on wheels. And my game with him was I didn't care what was going to happen. I'm not giving up a sack in the first half. I ain't care if I had to get a holding. I was not giving up a sack because once I got him to the second, he was mine. The speed and the edge done came off him a little bit. We done leaned on him just enough to take that edge off. Now I'm finna start dog walking him, as Jesse would say. But if I let this dude get a sack anywhere in that first half, I was the rest of the day, it was gonna be a mad scramble for me. And so, but I knew I had to be technique sound. The better the athlete for me, I had to be technique sound. And whenever I could take a shot at him, say my center, he come to one technique or either come into an inside two technique around the inside of my eye, and I know my center gonna post him up, I'm finna take my elbow and stick it right here. Everything I got, I'm gonna try to lift him off the ground and power drive him.
And he got some big elbows.
Yeah, because every time I get a free shot like that, it's taking something off his pass rush. That's what he lived for. I knew that. And so every chance I got to, even we ran a game, if he's coming first to the outside and the end is coming around, I tell Tui, hey, Tui, he's out wide, give me a hand. Tui will put a hand there. And so when Tui turned back, because I'll be on him, and when Tui turned back and that tackle, that end get to a certain point, me and we'll just bull rushing him. Try to take him to the ground, try to push him over a pile, because we're trying to take the edge off of him. We ain't trying to hurt him, but we trying to hurt him.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how.
Yeah.
Jerome Brown, I was just in a dogfight. It was just straight panic from the first play. That's how good he was. It was just like if I was playing Dexter, or I was playing number 99 for the Rams.
Aaron Donald.
Bruh, it was going to be straight panic. Coach Johnson knew it, and every coach, Nate ain't gonna have not an ounce of technique today. He finna do whatever he can to keep this dude off of Troy. Some games like that, man.
So should they? We know Kurt loves PFF, right? Pro Football Focus. They have Dallas linemen ranked in the. They don't have a Dallas defensive lineman ranked in the top 60. They only have 2 in the top 100.
As far as rushing the passer.
Rushing the passer. Is this offensive line so bad that you don't even have to scheme to get pressure? Or are they still going to have to scheme some stuff up to get pressure with that lack of pressure in the first game? Or is it even fair because the Eagles' offensive line is so good, it's hard to tell if this is really who they are after one game. And this game's probably not going to tell you much either, right?
It's a combination of both because the Eagles' offensive line is really good.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also not a guy, I believe, on this current defensive line for the Cowboys that present to you great pass rushing ability. This is why you need the A players that he's talking about because it frees up other guys to have these opportunities. But I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, man. The Giants' offensive line is bad. And this is why the Bland injury worries me some because the Cowboys are going to play zone, right? So now, most of the time when you're playing zone, that means you have, by strategy, by scheme, schematically decided that we're going to drop more guys in coverage. That's just what zone is. Zone is that we're going to have more guys that are in zones to cover the 53 1/3 of the field, which means you're only going to be rushing 4, and then maybe you'll add a 5th in there. Well, that's the math still doesn't math, right? The math still says 5 offensive linemen. If you're rushing 4 and you're bringing a 5th, we good. We're good. There is no mismatch there. So this is when you need those guys to, you need the pass rush skills that you drafted Donovan Azaraku for to win because you're going to have a one-on-one battle. Can you win that battle? Because if not, if I now have to start committing the 6th and maybe the 7th, and they did a couple of cornerback blitzes a week ago, my fear is that if Russell recognizes it and understands that the quick game is available to him, it's getting the ball in the hands of Neighbors and Wan'Dale Robinson, who's a very shifty slot receiver. So that's where it comes about. This is when you would love to be able to go, and this is the kind of thing that Matt Eberflus, his defense has been predicated on, is that my front 4 guys are rush guys, all of them. They're up the field, they get up the field kind of rushers, because you want to be able to produce that level of pressure on the quarterback with just the front 4. I'm interested to see. Again, it's still early in the season, so I don't have a ton of information from this unit to be able to accurately assess how they're going to handle it. And if the Giants' offensive linemen have anything like Nate, they're going to say to themselves, I can't let that get done to me 2 weeks in a row. Mm-hmm. Like they had to go back and watch film and go, this is pathetic, guys. Like somebody, and normally offensive line coaches are usually the foul-mouthed ones who they don't pull too many punches. So that's where I worry a little bit. But if the same offensive line shows up in week 2 that for the Giants that was there in week 1, there can be some sacks to be made. You got guys like Dante Fowler Jr. I think Kenny Clark definitely gives you some
push up the middle.
Azaraku, Sam Williams. There are some guys who can get around the corners or just knock a guy over.
Are you worried that, and maybe I can ask this after the break, do we need to go to break? Or?
Yeah, ask it now and then let Jesse
last week,
about it.
they got killed by Hurts. They had pretty good pressure. They were like 6th in a league credited with getting 27 pressures, but they couldn't contain Hurts. And Russell had 40 rushing yards last week scrambling. So how do they keep him in?
Great question. We'll find out after.
And I help answer that too.
Oh, good. Nate and Jesse tag teaming. Back again. Rex in effect. Let's begin. Is that how it goes?
Yeah.
After the break.
Hey, Cowboy fans. Keith Davis here, former Cowboys safety.
Keith Davis into the end zone.
You know what separates champions from the rest? Making the right move at the right moment. With blockchain.com, that's never been easier. The Cowboys became America's team by striking bold when it mattered most. Now it's your turn. Invest like your icons with blockchain.com. Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys today to get started and learn more. That's blockchain.com/Cowboys.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
Crown Royal and the Dallas Cowboys are bringing back the Royal Rig for Season 2. See it in action at AT&T Stadium on Thanksgiving Day, where the Dallas Cowboys take on the Kansas City Chiefs, and around Dallas on November 26th and November 28th. Visit crownroyal.com to see where else the Royal Rig is stopping this NFL season. That's crownroyal.com. Please drink responsibly.
Cowboys fans, SeatGeek is the only primary ticketing partner of America's team and here to help you experience all the action this season. SeatGeek makes it easy to find the perfect seats to the perfect game, so you can be part of all the touchdown celebrations and momentum-shifting takeaways this season. Whether you're getting tickets to Cowboys games or to any other live event in DFW, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. SeatGeek.
Welcome back to the final segment, brought to you each and every show by 7-Eleven, where there's a $5,000 winner every single day. Shop with 7 rewards, then play the in-app game for a chance to win $5,000 in cash. New daily cash winners only at 7-Eleven. Are you next? No purchase necessary. Ends 1/6/2026. U.S. and D.C. Ages 16 and over. For full official rules and free gameplay, go to 5k-day.com/rules. Kurt.
Yes, sir.
Your question was before we went to break.
Well, in short, is there concern in containing Russell Wilson, because they didn't do a very good job containing Hurts last week?
Yes. And to answer the question, now, how do you do it?
Yeah.
That's when it comes back down to assignment alignment football, which the Cowboys and spots last weekend weren't good at. Ends keeping, holding their outside containment, linebackers flowing to the right places. And that's why you saw Jalen Hurts being able to break containment and get out of the pocket and make some yards downfield. Mm-hmm. And Russell has those abilities. Like, again, he's no Jaden Daniels, he's no Jalen Hurts. He has the mobility still in his legs at his veteran age, that if things break down, right, if the pocket opens up and he sees a gap, he'll shoot it, he'll take it. If he's rolling out and there's a corner that he can turn, he'll turn it, he'll take it, he'll get what he can. So you have to be, and that's to me, that's the ability of what the zone gives you, is that it's a spot. Everybody has a location that they're supposed to get to. Yeah. If I'm the linebacker, I got hook to curl. If I'm the cornerback, what coverage are we in? We at cover 3, cool. I got from where I'm standing all the way back. Then I know linebacker, I got all the way to the flat. So everyone has an assignment where they're supposed to be in a zone. So if you're doing things other than what you're supposed to in zone coverage and zone defense, then you're freestyling. It's not like when you're man-to-man that things can you following a guy, he can make some moves, and now you trying to work over things and all that kind of stuff. Even when you have crossers and guys are switching, that's fine. I'm still hook. I'm still curl. I'm still flat. I'm still third. I'm still half. Whatever it is. They can do all they want to do. This is where I got to be. Right. In man hour, one became two became one. They switched, they picked it. I couldn't get over it. All right, cool, we understand that. But if I'm in zone, but the principles are what they are. Yeah. And so you have to just have smart football players out there that are doing what they're supposed to be doing on those particular calls.
And everything he says is very, very true. The difference is this here. Jalen had time to either come from under the center or stand in the shotgun. He had a chance to look up and survey. A lot of Russ, he was like dropping back and continue to drop, and you got to take off. You don't know where the holes are at. He had a chance to say, oh, my God, no, he didn't slant in here. Let me go outside. Right. No, he didn't get wide. Oh, look at it. Let me go over here. He had a chance to survey what he was doing. This guy last week, I don't think he had many chances to survey what he was doing. So we had good coverage, but we can't never account for that athletic quarterback if he has time to drop back. Because I'm watching TV and I'm like, whoever the announcer was, hey, he just dropped back here. Look like the receiver's covered. All of a sudden you see Williams take off to the inside. Thank you, Williams. And now I go 15-yard gain. So when you have a chance to survey and you're not panicking, you get a chance to kind of see where you're going versus a guy that just take off running. He don't know where the hole's at in the defense.
As a quarterback, when you know you've got, 2 seconds, 3 seconds or less on every single play, knowing that you're going to have a limited number of plays where you're going to have time, how do you prepare? How do you prepare knowing, all right, I'm going to have limited plays where I can actually have the time. My receivers are going to be where they're supposed to be when I'm still upright and I'm not having to,
But see, you're asking the question that if he knows this, he can react to this. Russ didn't know when the 2 seconds was going to be, the 1 second.
That's what I'm saying. How do you prepare? Do you just prepare like normal and just be like, when it's there, it's there?
You don't. You don't, because as a quarterback, you still have to run the play.
Yeah.
You can't break away from the play. Just go, man, I got a feeling this is going to be a 1 second. Yeah. No, you got to drop back.
That was my question.
Yeah.
You have to assume
you run every play
time that it's going to be blocked the way it's supposed to be blocked.
Yeah.
And then you adjust if it ain't, But
in the third quarter, you're just like, damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
And that's sometimes where guys get in trouble a little bit.
Try to do too much.
Start predetermining things. And
yes.
Now you're like, man, I done got hit 7, 8 times, and he ain't gonna hold up. And then he don't hold up, and you throw the ball, and it's the linebacker sitting right there, picked. A guy's not ready to receive the ball.
That has got to be the worst feeling.
I'm gonna tell you,
to know you have the talent, both you and your receivers, but you just don't have the time to make it happen.
That's why Malik Neighbors is spazzing out in the sideline for the first half of the first game.
And you can tell when a quarterback doesn't have enough. When he throw an interception and don't even try to run after it. Or you know he done had enough.
Or he's had enough.
Drops his head.
Yeah, when he gets knocked down and the guy come to help him up, and he'll take the help up with a hand, and I'll get up myself. You're the reason why I'm down here. I don't help me up now.
Oh man! All right,
Troy. Thank you for not giving up on Big Duke
and Jimmy.
Yeah, hey man, the elephant can dance.
I've never heard that before. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, before we get out of here, very, very. I don't know how else to put this. A very memorable day in American history. 9/11. How many years ago was it now?
24.
24 years ago. I know we've talked about it on the show where we were at, what we were doing, but I hope we never forget. I hope this never just becomes a day. And, on social media, everybody's about putting graphics up. And sometimes to me, it feels like, you do it just to do it. But like we all lived it. We were there. There's a whole generation that wasn't around when that happened. And, it meant something to be an American, no matter what your views were, no matter, whatever you thought, it was a great place to live and it was worth defending. And I hope we never forget that. Lots going on in the world right now. It's a little bit of a crazy place, but just remember all the people that, the first responders that were there, the people that lost their lives. Just hope we never forget how we felt for those of us that were around that day and how much it pulled us together. It made us proud to be Americans, no matter color, whatever you believe,
gender, whatever. This is what you have to believe. This is where it helped change my life. Me being a follower of Christ, is the next man does matter. Mm. That no matter who we as humans can look at one another, walk past one another, or hear a person say something and decide we don't like them, never met them, never spoke to them. Try the other way. Try speaking, try being courteous, try to be easygoing. The next man does matter. Believe me when I tell you that.
Good stuff. Yes. Jesse, good seeing you. Nate, good seeing you. Kurt,
But remember, Wilson this week don't matter. Okay?
Chris, thanks for keeping us on the air. What are we doing tomorrow? Phone calls? What do we want to do?
It's on y'all.
I'll come up with some stuff. You want to call? That's cool.
All right,
You don't try to cancel you 2 days in a row.
Maybe a little hodgepodge. Maybe a little. Tune in to find out what we do tomorrow. We don't even know. Chris, thanks for keeping us on the air. Josh, thanks for keeping him company. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same
Number
place.
one show, baby.
Hanging with the boys.
We out.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?